Right, welcome back to Bailey's Boats. Got a little bit of a surprise for you today. Ordered this off of GOWI Bait Boats yesterday. Mike done a fantastic job to get it out to me, delivered today. We'll unbox it together. We'll go over what's in there, what ain't in there, what I think's good, what I think's bad. I don't think there's a very comprehensive YouTube video on the GOWI Bait Boat at the minute, so we'll do a few episodes, how it performs, review of after I've used it for a few months, water testing, stuff like that. We'll go through depth, the controller, because again I can't find that on YouTube. I tried to do as much homework as I could and couldn't find it, so I thought I'd make it, try and help everyone else out. Right, let's get her open. It's big. This is not a small table, this is a 6-seater table. This box is huge. Right. I'm excited. Right, well, on top is its bag. Comes with the bag. Rucksack style. This gives you an idea of how big the actual boat is going to be. This might be too big. Oh, we'll stick this down this side because we'll put the box on the other side in a minute. We have another bag. Not too sure what that one will be for. Let's open it up, take a look. Maybe the remote. I think that's the remote there, and looking at that, that's going to be quite sizable as well. Yeah, I believe that's for the remote control. We shall see. Put that down here again. Right, what do we have over here? User manual. I'm going to keep that nearby. I'll try not to use it. I'll try and do the manly thing and not use it, but this thing does seem quite complicated. Looks like a lanyard for the remote. What else we got? Charging cable. Again, I'm going to guess that's for the remote control. We have 2 more cables. I ain't got a clue what they're for at the minute, but we'll figure that out as we go along. What have we got here? Last but not least, I believe that's the aerial for the boat. So let's check that to one side. We have got, I believe that to be the carry handle for the boat. Got some nice thumb turn screws on it. Don't know why that wouldn't already be pre-fitted, but again, I'm sure we'll find out. We have got, what's in these boxes? Oh, very well packed, extremely well packed. I've got to say that it is extremely well packed. Charger. Gonna guess that's for the boat batteries. Oh, what's the other one? That looks like the same. There's 2 batteries, so I presume there's 2 chargers. Yeah, just same again. So we'll try that to one side. We'll figure them out as we go along. Right, number 1 battery is the first of the 2 batteries. This is the standard kit. I've not bought anything extra, so everything that is here comes with just the boat price on its own. I haven't bought anything extra. So that's one of your batteries. Got 12 volt, 18 amp hours. Nice. Bit weird, it's got 2 leads coming off of it. I believe that one's for the charger. Let's have a look. Wow. Yeah, that's for the charger. I have done some looking into these batteries, and I spoke to Mike about it before I bought it, because I didn't know whether I needed a special charger for it, because they are LiPo batteries. But this has got its own BMS inside of the actual packaging. So it's got its own battery management system, so it can balance its own cells. So you don't need a special charger, you don't need a battery balancer or anything like that. It's all built into the pack, which is brilliant, because they're another 100 quid on their own. So, let's put that to one side. Battery number 2, same again. Stick that to one side. 12 volt, 18 amp hours. And last but not least, for what's up here, this has got to be the remote, surely. Everything's extremely well packaged. Yeah, remote. That is a beast. But then again, in all fairness, aerial's built into it. There's the remote. In all fairness, if you take into consideration, I've had the RT4, I've had the Teslon X, I've had the cheap Actor, which was a brilliant boat for its price point. I just wanted a bit more. I wanted sonar and stuff like that. So I've sort of like cycled my way through the boats. Everything's on this one screen and on this one control. So like with my RT4, I had 2 separate units. With my Teslon X, I had 2 separate units and a actual hand control as well, just a Fly Sky Eye FX6. So this might be a big unit for one unit, but it's all free put together. So technically, it's a lot smaller than what it should be. I guess that's where the lanyard connects to. I think that unscrews. Yeah, so it does. That unscrews. So I'm guessing you can put that on a tripod. Whoa, let's stick that down to one side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this box off of here, because I believe when I take that top bit of polystyrene off, it's going to be the actual boat itself. Oh, just a second. Extremely thick polystyrene. Right. Oh, she's not small. She's not small. Oh, what's that? Wasn't expecting anything to be down there. Oh wow! It actually comes with the tripod for the remote. Look at that. It's quite a nice tripod. Single carry handle. Just rubber feet. It's quite a nice tripod actually. Yeah, come with the tripod. And its own bag for that to go in. Very snazzy. Let's stick that down the one side. Right, now the bit we've all been waiting for, the actual boat. So come on. The little rubber thing for the aerial just fell off. Stick that back on for a minute so it don't get damaged. She seems really solid. She's not Teslon X solid. Toslon, wherever they say it. She's not that solid, but she's definitely more solid than RT4. She's got a big old beefy set of props on the back of there. I bet this thing flies. It says 1 to 2 meters a second. standard, which is pretty damn quick. I mean, and they're not cheap props either. I wouldn't even upgrade them to brass. I'd leave them on the plastic. My Toslon, I upgraded to brass props and I could only make 0.9 meters a second. And this is claiming 1 to 2 meters per second. So she's going to be a fast boat. RT4 is the same sort of speed. She's pretty good. What are these for? Alright, they're like electrical connectors. Another one over here. I believe this is for their bait spiral. They sell a bait spirals for this, and I believe that's for that. Got 2 hook releases. If I'm honest, I'm never going to use them. I don't like their location. They should be down here on the back. Really, I'd never use them. But in all fairness, I've had them on all my boats and I've never used them on any boats. I just put it in the hopper. Simplest way to do it. Doors feel, they're stainless steel and they're really, I mean, I'm pushing on them quite well and they're really solid. Again, the Toslon ones were stainless steel like this, but they had a bit of flex in them. They're really sharp and there is no catch on the other side. They are auto open and auto close, so there is no catches and they are really closed, which is great for a wet mix. I mean, there is no gaps. There is no gaps, they're really closed. Right, start doing things, shall we? I'm guessing this is the battery compartment. Yep, battery compartment. Ah, right, it takes both of them at the same time. I wasn't too sure whether it took 1 or 2 of them. It takes both of them at the same time. We've got another weird lead here and an actual XT, can you see it on the camera? The XT60 battery connectors. And we've got a 2 weird connectors. But we shall figure this out. Now I'm wondering whether they're running this in series or parallel. If they're running it in series, then it's a 24 volt boat. I can't see it being 24 volt. If they're running it in parallel, then you're getting 2 times 18 amp hours. So you're getting a much longer run time. And if it is in parallel, you can run it off of 1 battery at a time. So you could charge one and have one running the boat and swap them around. But I mean, it's only 4 thumb screws to get in there with a really, I mean, that is, ooh, they fall out. I thought they would have been washed. Okay, you can lose them, and they've got little rubber washers on them, so you don't want to lose the rubber washers. Only 4 thumb screws, so I'll try and hold them 2 in. Got a nice rubber seal around the outside edge. Really well supported inside. I mean, as I said, it feels strong. It doesn't feel, as I said, Toslon strong, but it's definitely stronger than RT4, 100%. Yeah, let's chuck some batteries in it, see what happens. Oh. Right, so here's battery number 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upside down, because there's a little for the thumb screws to screw into here and here, and obviously the wire sticks out there. So if I go upside down, I can push the wire a little bit further up. They're plenty long enough, and that'll give me a bit more room in the middle here for connecting them, because I think this is going to be quite full when these are in. So we go like that. I'm probably doing it all wrong, but oh well. We're winging it here. We're not trying to use the instructions. Now I'm going to plug the XT60 in. airtight. Gotta love a brand new XT60. Right, so that's the XT60 in. It's switched on. So yeah, they're parallel. You get 2 times 18 amp hours. So what's that, 36 amp hours? If my maths are right, I don't know. Right, cool. So what's the other lead for? What's that for then? Wait there, let me chase these cables back. That leads back there to that one. I'm guessing that goes up to there. Maybe that's to supply this with power. I don't know. But the boat works without that plugged in. So again, we'll figure that out as we go along. Right, let's get the other one in. As suspected, it is tight up this end. When both these batteries are in, I am so glad I put them in around that way. So XT60 in like so. There's not much in the way of directions on the internet that I've found. So I'll try and make this as comprehensive as possible. Just plug that one into there then. Guessing that's how it goes. I have looked at the manual online. You can look at the manual online. So I've got a rough idea, but again, the manual could be better. It's a cheap Chinese style manual with a lot of broken English, and it presumes that you already know a lot, which in my case I know F all. Right, so let's thumbs turn them down. I'll do it the way that you would do anything with a seal, which will be middle, then outer ends, to make sure it's sealed all the way round. Same as if you was doing a head gasket on a car or something like that. You start in the middle and work your way out. Well, that might just be me. Might be a bit of an idiot, but oh well. Right, get the end ones done. That's them done. Let's do that back up for the time being. Last thing I need to do is get water in it. We will go over it. I've got the kids' paddling pool set up over there, so once we've put it all together, we'll stick it in there and see what she's like. Just to go over the controls. Handle, I'm guessing. Should we try a handle? Handle. Right, so I'm guessing that just goes down in there. Oh, that's going to make that a cow to change them batteries. You wouldn't be able to do it without taking the handle off. You'd have to take the handle off to change the batteries. To take them out to charge them. Might be a bit of a bad design. These are quite stiff to get in to their home, that's for certain. I might have to go and get a pair of pliers for a couple of these to get these tight. They are meant to be thumb turn, but because of the angle of it, you can't really get much of a hold of it to really tighten them up. The front's even worse. Here we go. Two seconds, let me go and get a pair of pliers. As you can tell, this is going to be a one taker. So yeah, you definitely need pliers to do these up. I'm one of these people, I like to see what can be improved on all the time, because I'm actually marking the plastic now. If you come and have a look at this, I'm actually marking the plastic with the pliers. I'm trying not to, but it's the only way to do them up. You can't, because of the angle of the plastic and how close they are together, you can't get a grip on them. The back ones are a little easier, but as you can see, that was as tight as I could physically do it by hand, and it's nowhere near tight. Mike, if you end up watching this, do us a favour, put a little score through there so you can put a flathead in it. It's so much easier. You won't have to mark the boat then to get them cranked up. I'm not overly tightening them, it's just, you can see how loose that is. I'm not doing them up tight. It's just I physically can't get it by hand. Especially if someone has weak grip or arthritis, they're not going to be able to do them whatsoever. Put a little flathead scorer in the top of there so you can get a flathead screwdriver in. Won't be a bad shout, I don't think. Right, I think we're nearly there. Right, aerial. What did I do with the aerial? I threw it over here somewhere. There we go, there it is. I want to figure out what them 2 leads are for in a second as well. I'm wondering if they fit these. Where's these 2 leads? Let's have a look, see. I reckon they do. So they do, look at that. Right, okay. We've got one on that side. One on this side by the looks of things. So we have. Right, well the boat's currently off. Give me a second, I'm going to go and grab a voltmeter. Let's see if we've got power back there with the boat off. Right, I wouldn't suggest you doing this at home because they may say it voids the warranty in doing it, but we'll do it to find out for you guys. I think that's, look at that, can you see that? Usually probably upside down. Let me turn that over. We've got 12.53 volts, so these batteries are pretty much fully charged. 12.6 is fully charged. But the interesting thing is the boat is off and we've got power back here. So, put the voltmeter to one side. I'm wondering All them clever little gits. They've obviously realised that there's an issue having to take the handle off, take this off to be able to get the batteries out to charge them. So they've directly connected, yeah, look, there's power there on that power pack. They've directly connected the batteries to these ports on the back of the boat. So you haven't got to, second battery pack charger, you haven't got to remove the batteries to charge them. Both power packs. Obviously one for each battery. And 2 power leads to charge the battery. Clever so-and-sos. The output on these are 12.6 volts, as we told about, fully charged is 12.6, 3.5 amps. So they're 18 point something amps, amp hour batteries. So you're looking at about 5.5 hours for a fully charged from empty. But considering you can plug both packs in at the same time, that is to charge both batteries, which is pretty damn good for standard chargers. And they're self-balancing, so you ain't got to worry about the batteries. You ain't got to worry about them at all. That's brilliant. Right. Remote. Boat's done, I think. Right, so I'm going to come over here next to my lovely wife, who's holding the camera for us. Power button, turn that on. English, okay. You see that all clearly, yeah? Everything I'm doing. Yeah. It's warning me that it's got no connection. So we'll turn the boat on. Boat just flinched into life. And there she goes. Sonar won't come on until it's in water. So technically this should be forward, which it is. That sounds like it's catching something. No, it's not. It's not. It might just be where it's new. The rubbers are going to be a bit tight. So you got forward. Oh, sonar's turned itself on now. Reverse. Left. And right. Sounds like it turns to the right quicker than it turns to the left. Left hand side will open one of the hoppers. You've got your hopper door down here. At the moment they're both showing closed. Turn that to the left, you see that one's now showing open, which the hopper there is now open. Turn the boat round to the right orientation. Now we'll press left again, that will close that hopper, and the light for it flashes at the back. Right hand side hopper opens. Right hand side again, right hand side hopper closes. Pull back, and the left hand hook releases. As I said, I don't personally use them. Right hand push up, right hand side one releases. What else we got here? Oh, we've got the lights, so we can turn the lights on and off. I mean, you can't see it too well in the daytime, but them lights are really quite bright. I don't think anyone's lights is going to keep up with the Tosla. They were ridiculously bright, but they were too bright. Yeah, so what else we got here? Right, so we've got pulse, which pulses the sonar, so you could have a detailed look at where you're sitting instead of it constantly scrolling past. Not that you can see anything on there at the minute, but you see the P is now moving along because I've unpaused it. That's where we paused it. It's showing us the signal to the boat, which is 99%. It doesn't get no better than that. There's no point looking for 100. That's all it shows. Next icon along is showing that the downscan's working, sonar. 77 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to need to change that to Celsius. I don't know what them lines are. This here is the voltage in the boat. So we've got 12.4. That should drop under load. 12.3. Back up to 12.4. Here we've got the voltage of the handset, 4.08. And then for some reason it's got a speaker over there. Distance from home point, distance from target. It's currently in manual mode. It'll go into auto mode when we're driving. We've got satellites, 7. So yeah, you know, pretty good. Should we go and chuck it in the swimming pool and see how it handles it? And then we'll come and put it away in its bags. Whoa! That is really heavy. That is the heaviest bait boat I've ever owned. But there's no flexing in it. It's heavy because it's quality. Right. She does sit a little bit nose down. She does sit a little bit nose down. Probably not too much of an issue by the time you've got bait in it. Sonar is obviously now working as we're in the water. So have a little drive around. These are meant to be really good for turning circle. So we'll do a left hand turn first of all. Turns in its own distance, in its own length, on the spot. Didn't leave that spot. We'll do a right hand turn. Definitely turns quicker to the right than it does the left. Sonar's going crazy because it's only in a foot of water. No sonars are any good in a foot of water. Not beepers, not everything, not anything, not rain ears, nothing. So we'll ignore what the sonar's telling us for the time being until we get into some deeper water. Right, let's have a full throttle forward to see if she's quick, shall we? Holy crap. I couldn't stop it and I only blipped it. Yeah, she's fast, like really fast. Jeez, I think that goes faster backwards than what my other boats went forwards. She's quick. I might even have to turn that down. That might be a little bit too quick. But then again, the throttle control is extremely good on the handset. You can crawl up really well if you want to crawl in under a tree or something like that. Yeah, she can go dead slow as well. Maybe I won't have to turn it down. It's just brilliant control. Absolute brilliant control. We will go over the sonar side of things, obviously when we're at a lake, for the simple fact, the sonar and the GPS, sorry, for the simple fact of we've not got enough room here, not got enough water to send it anywhere. But what we will do now is we'll go back to the table and we'll pack her away in a bag and see what she packs down like. Right, so always, as usual, boat off first. Remote off, which is a press and a hold for 3 seconds. It runs off of the same sort of operating system as the TF500. So it's pretty close to that with its settings and what you need to do for the sonar and stuff. It's not light. It really isn't light. If you're looking for a light boat, this is not for you. If you're looking for a light boat, go and check out the Actor video I did. Brilliant piece of kit, GPS. It didn't have sonar on that one, but you can get it with the sonar. If you're looking for a light, small bait quantity sort of boat, that takes 1.5. They have now released a 3 kilo version of it. which I've not had my hands on. They're a brilliant boat, but I'm not going to go backwards from where I'm going. I may do it in the future, but this holds 6 kilo of bait, hence why it's a big boat. I really need to stop saying on, but I'm not used to being on camera. I hate it. Right, let's get all this out of here, out of its bag. I should have a look at the tripod. No, we'll do that in the next video. We'll take a look at the tripod in the next video. Right, so we now know we can leave the batteries in it because you can charge it straight off the rear ports. Absolutely brilliant. Because I was not looking forward to taking all that apart again, especially without the slots in these thumb screws to be able to get a screwdriver in them. That would be, I think at this point, the only thing I'd say to upgrade, just to make it more convenient, especially with people with arthritis. You ain't going to get them at all. And yeah, at this point in time, the only thing I'd say definitely upgrade is them slots in there, and these hook releases need to go on the back. It's not a biggie for me because I don't use them, but I'd be constantly worried that I was going to catch onto this as I'm releasing my hook. So if you're someone who uses these, that you need to think about that. I don't use them anyway. I don't care if it even come with them. Right. Oh, does it fit? I presume so. It's built for it. It's not the easiest of boats to manoeuvre about because it's so big and heavy, but like a glove. And I mean like a glove. You're not getting... It's purpose built for the boat. There's no arguing about that whatsoever. It is purpose built for the boat. Like a glove. Like an absolute glove. Look at that. What I am going to do, as I usually do, as all fishermen do, they try and squeeze more into a bag than what you should really put in it. I really want that tripod to fit. It may do, it may not do. If it does, that'd be brilliant. Because it didn't fit in my Toslon bag for my tripod. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it's no big news. What else can I put in it? Can I put anything else in it? See how much we can get in it. Obviously we're going to need the chargers in there. So that now makes that bag irrelevant. Which was all the leads and stuff and the other bits and pieces that come with up here. Right, I believe that's a remote bag for the remote. But I'd really like it to be in one of the sides here. Done. Done deal. Don't even need this bag. There you go. You've got a free scales pouch. That's what I'll be using that for my scales. Blinding. It feels like I've got something in the bottom of that. Oh no, it's just the padding's folded over. I thought I've got something else for free then. Right. Got another bag here. Chargers. I reckon chargers go in there. Chargers go in there. Look at that. Lovely. It's a really well thought out bag. Be honest, when I first opened the box and I see the bag, I thought, really? That doesn't look great. Mate, this thing's blinding. Right, so we've got lanyard. I'm never going to use it. I'll still pack it. I'm never going to use it. I've got my receiver around my neck 90% of the time, so I'm not going to aim that around my neck as well. Plus that remote is a bit beefy to be hanging off your neck. Right, so that's that. I've got another whole pocket over there. I don't even know what to do with it. This pocket's huge and all. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the user manual in it. Just in case when we do the next video, I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. It rucksack style. Blinking glad it is. The boat is designed to stand up on its rear end actually. I don't know whether we've stood it up in the video. They can stand up. I'll try and get the next video recorded in the next few days, which will be first impressions on the lake, getting everything working with the sonar and the GPS. I believe I'm fishing the weekend, so I will record on the weekend for its actual use in a fishing situation. Tomorrow will just be testing the GPS, testing the sonar. We'll take a marker float down the lake with us, see how accurate the GPS is. The Toslon was within half a metre every time, if not closer. 9 times out of 10 the marker float went underneath the 2 rails of the Toslon. The RT4 had the Toslon X pilot on it, so it's exactly the same system. So that's all I've got to really put it up against. Oh no, I had the Actor GPS as well. That Actor GPS, I've never tested it with a marker, but bringing it home, it could either come to your feet or be at the end of the garden. It was that hit and miss with the Actor GPS. Apparently they've upgraded it on the new ones, which I hope they have, because it's a brilliant boat. I'm not going to put this on my back because I'm going to fall backwards. It's too heavy. I mean, you could, but it is heavy. It's got to be a good 10 kilos. If you're worried about weight, this is not the boat. But its performance might outweigh its downfalls. The only downfalls I've found at the minute, we'll go back over them, is hook releases, the thumb turns for the carry handle, and its weight. It's heavy, but it's designed to carry a lot of bait. It's got a lot of gadgets and gizmos in it. It isn't flexible whatsoever. It's really well braced. Sounds a little hollow in places, but all boats do. It's not the sturdiest I've had. It's certainly not the weakest I've had. It's the second sturdiest. Out of the 4 boats I've had, it will go the Actor, the RT4, this, then the Toslon. But yeah, if you want to see the next video, like and subscribe. Try and get it up in the next few days, and see you then. Till then, tight lines.